old, you don't know any better. Who cares?
Well, you recover quicker then. You know, when you're
I guess that's what they say.
Day 2, you're ready for everything. When did you start feeling like I'm a major league ball player and I'm home?
Honestly, maybe 1976.
Yeah, it took a couple years.
It was on-the-job training for me. You know, I always felt like I could do this one day, but I didn't feel like I was a major leaguer for a while.
Yeah. Who impressed you then?
How
Who
about
did you look at and go, wow?
Hank Aaron.
Yeah.
Happened to be a teammate for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Not my rookie year, but my when I was 19
but you were
and 20.
playing in the park where he's started.
Yeah.
So
Well, it was.
cool.
You know, that was so big for me because here was a kid not much out of high school playing in the major leagues with possibly the greatest player, or arguably one of the greatest players of all time.
Yeah.
And had just broken the home run record, and he was just another one of the guys. That's how he acted. He was the same to me as he was to everybody else.
Yeah.
And it was so cool to see that, and a great learning experience for a young kid to see, hey, we were all in this together. The greatest player of all time was just like this young 18-year-old, well, I wouldn't, that's a stretch to say it just, but at least the way everybody was treated and was part of a team, we were all the same. And I'll never forget being impressed by Hank in that way.
Who did you socialize with when you came up as a rookie? Who did you hang with? Who did you have dinner with?
Well, that's the funny thing. We all hung out together. Yeah. It really was a team thing. It wasn't the fact that because there were some veteran guys, they hung out with each other and the young guys went their own way. We all did everything together. And that was kind of the point I was making about Hank being just like the rest of us. We all were in it together. There were certainly things that rookies had to do as far as paying their dues a little bit that were kind of off the field things.
Like what?
But I don't remember.
So I have this picture of Hank going, Robin, a very young, shaved Robin Yount, by the way. I don't know what's going on with the beard here today.
Yeah.
A nice, clean, fresh-faced, apple-cheeked Robin Yount runs over. Yeah, can I help you, Mr. Aaron? He puts his arm around you and says, why don't you go get me a beer?
Yeah,
something like that.
There are things like that definitely took place, and you did it without any questions. But the point I'm making is I always felt like I was part of the team. They didn't make you feel, because I was 18 or 19, I never felt like that was an issue, that they looked at me differently because I was so young. I felt like part of this team, and a lot of that was due to Hank Aaron treating everybody else just like, he would, whether a veteran, 18-year-old kid, it was all the same. And that's what I mean about being a team.
So you took that with you for the rest of your career? I mean, new guys came up and, it was always in the news, you're such a quiet guy, you didn't really, hang out with
hard to believe now, isn't it?
Quiet and hanging out with people are two different things.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
But I mean, when a new kid came up, how did you, decide to approach him?
I think I was the same as I was to anybody else.
Yeah.
Like I said before, I learned that early on, that the greatest player that ever played wasn't, well, I certainly was no different, so I'm going to hang out with and treat everybody the same.
So you wanted to be pleasant with everybody, but it couldn't have always been easy. I bet it was tough being nice to Brohard.
Actually, Brohard was from the valley. We both grew up in the San Fernando Valley, so those were not Pete Ladd, but Brohard. Believe it or not, he was from the Valley. We never claimed him to be from the Valley because he was not anything like anybody else we knew.
Kind of a doorknob.
Oh my gosh! But a great guy. Loved his cheeseburgers. The problem was he would have them in his back pocket of his uniform in left field.
Wait a minute, he would take the field with a cheeseburger in his back pocket. You're kidding.
No, I'm not kidding. There was more than once we caught him, now at least during batting practice, pulling a cheeseburger out of his back pocket, standing in left field. Now he would try to hide it. He would put it behind his glove, but there was always a bulge in his back pocket when he left the dugout.
And you guys never busted him on it. You never got a clubhouse kid to put, I don't know, gasoline on it once or something?
Well, never gasoline, but no, there was a lot of odd things that took place. But if you're talking about Brohard, that was one.
All right, so you said you were in Milwaukee last week. You're here at training camp for the next couple of days. You've been hanging around here. There has to be something at home that's not getting done right now that your wife is
Shelves,
standing
cabinets,
tapping her foot.
dirty garage.
No. Oh, I do all that stuff, and I enjoy doing it. And the other day, I didn't go to the road game. I was here in the morning, but I went home and cut the grass for the first time this year because it's starting to turn green again. What we do out here, a lot of yards, they do what they call overseed. You have Bermuda grass that goes dormant in the wintertime. So people overseed it. Well, I don't overseed my grass out here because I would like a change of season, which we don't get out here. So I let my grass go brown, and that's my change of seasons. Well, it's turning green again, and it needed to be cut. So I went home and cut the grass the other day. So
How much do you water? How many gallons do you have to?
in the summertime,
What's
it's
the bill like?
ridiculous.
I mean, it's gotta be
Stupid.
crazy.
No, it's
Where's it come from?
It comes from the Colorado River, underground, you know. I think that's going to be our biggest issue here one day is we're all going to run out of water.
I think I watched a special on that once.
But they say, the experts say that there's plenty of water, they won't be an issue, that with the Colorado River doing its thing, we'll
It
be
doesn't
fine.
make it to the ocean, right? The Colorado River
Not-
just sort of peters out in
It
the
used
desert.
to, but it doesn't anymore.
now.
We're taking it from the ocean.
Okay.
But we need it.
Who
you
knew
know.
I'd ever talk about the Colorado River with Robin Yount? It just sounds
Well, as a matter of fact, I love the
awesome.
Colorado River. I was up 2 weeks ago fishing on the Colorado River,
Yeah.
right below, they call it Glen Canyon Dam, which holds back Lake Powell. There's a great
I
world-class
went on
trout
that
fish.
tour a few years ago.
Pretty good, huh?
No, it sucked.
Oh.
This time of year it was freezing.
Well, it can be. If you're down in the canyon especially, the sun doesn't get down there much, but it's a great fishery up there.
You got any places you want to go? Like China? Or
I want to get out of here as soon as
Well, come
possible.
on now, I'm serious.
This was going so
I
well
know,
till
no,
now,
I-
man.
you know,
wise guy.
No, you know I love you
Boy,
guys.
what would Hank Aaron say if you heard just say that?
Well, you know.
Boy, now I'm going to have to tell him when I
He
talk
would
to
be
him.
very
again.
disappointed. You're right. You're right. Forgive me. I apologize.
That's what a big leaguer does right there.
Well, I don't know if I'm a big leaguer.
You know, what was funny, when we talked to Hank Aaron, and they were talking about tearing down County Stadium, he said he had to get permission from his wife to get a couple of seats from the place, because she didn't want him messing up the house.
Well, I have a couple of those seats too, actually. But I wear the pants in my pants.
Well, good for you.
I have those seats, and they're out in the garage, my back garage with my. They're not allowed in the house, but I wear the pants in the pants.
Okay, so when you're wearing your pants,
Yeah.
you're saying, this year we're going to go to where? Where do you pick to go? An unusual, exotic, exciting trip.
Wherever she wants to go.
Really? Where
Yeah.
That's how you wear the pants.
No, you know, I think it's out of. I love to fish, so I'm still. I've had a place and gone to Colorado many times fishing, but I haven't been to Montana or Wyoming, and I would really. That'd be my first choice this summer.
You know
I'm
where
going
you-
to try to get there.
Here's where you'd love to go. You have never played in the Bob and Brian Open.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's a spectacular golf open.
There
It comes
you
up the
go.
end of July.
That's the one for the Mac Fund,
Yes,
right?
I'm
Yeah, yeah,
officially
yeah.
inviting you to play in the Bob and
End
Brian
of
Open
July?
this summer. Yeah, at Grand Geneva. You're invited. We'll get comped. All right? We're going to take care of that for
free sleeve of balls.
We're going to take care of that for you. Golf shirt from Rogan Shoes.
Yeah.
All right, what else comes in the package?
Food,
yeah,
drinks.
lunch,
Food, I get
dinner,
to eat?
dinner, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can bring Ganter along if you want.
Yes.
We'll even
No,
have him.
Talk
and
about
I'm not
microphone.
coming. If he comes, I'm not. No, I will do that. I'll be there.
Awesome. Awesome. Stop talking now. Or you're gonna keep making-
Now wait, at the end of July?
End of July. Don't act like, oh, July.
No, it might, if it conflicts with the Hall of Fame ceremony, I can't. Is it on the weekend?
It's on a Friday. It's on a Friday afternoon.
Well, so is the Hall of Fame starts on a Friday.
You know, we're a pretty big deal in Wisconsin too. You know,
I
since you've
know
been
you
gone,
are.
since you've been gone, we've gotten bigger and
I
bigger.
know how big you guys are, but you're not
Well,
quite that big yet. And
Hall of Fame.
if I have to hear publicly say if it's on that weekend, I can't make it.
All right. Well, we'll take second.
That would be
we'll
the
take
only
second
thing
place
that
to Hall of
would
Fame.
keep me from coming.
I'm just going to say it again. What would Hank Aaron say?
I think Hank will be at the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right.